In 1999, New Year's Eve, I bought a brand new 2000 Triumph Sprint ST. This is my first pose on the bike behind Donelson Cycles in St. Louis, Missouri. In the first year, the bike did have a couple of warranty issues, but after the bike was broken in, it constantly achieved 45 miles to the gallon or higher on the highway. In those years, I could not get it past 155 mile an hour, according to my speedo, and I did collect some tickets. Why I chose this bike then was because of what I had before. My first good bike was a 1981 Kawasaki LTD 650, and it made me really love motorcycles. When I got married, I bought this 1973 BMW 750, and it was fun, but not as fun. When I got divorced, I bought this 1989 K75C, painted in artic white with sapphire red flake and a red pinstripe. It was stunning, and it was the perfect sport touring bike for me. I could pack the luggage for a long trip or without luggage for the twisties and the whoop-de-doos. By the time I got rid of the K75, the back shock was replaced and the front fork seals were too. At around 65,000 miles, the motor was burning a little oil but still ran well, and it was time for something bigger and better. I still wanted a sport bike with luggage, and at that time there were a lot of choices. Sprint ST had good specs, and the bike reviews were all good. From fun to more fun, the two bikes were significantly different. The Triumph is 65 pounds lighter with 30 plus more horsepower, and the braking and handling was much better. It seemed to be a super bike in comparison. Today, my ST is still being used for fun and for testing my cushions. I was an industrial designer for companies that manufactured medical cushions for the disabled. In '03, I used this air cushion technology and put it on my seat. I compared the foam with the air to feel the difference in the ride. The first thing I noticed was that the spring-like bounce from the foam was gone. Since then, I haven't used foam. The cushion in the pictures was not practical, mainly because it cost too much and it was too ugly to sell. But it did make me realize that air is better than foam. A few years later, I did develop a motorcycle cushion for Star Cushion Products that they called Freedom Air. This product looked like it would work, but looks are deceiving. Notice the cells that are popping upward are different heights, creating a butt-shaped curve. This shape added nothing to the function, but rather the opposite. Better to have the cell heights the same, otherwise it's like trying to shape air. Quit that awful job and started my own company. In '09, I started BikeCushion.com LLC and received a patent for an adjustable seat cushion. The only cushion on the planet to adjust to yourself in two ways for different size butts. Air Cushion has a two-pad system, one pad for each butt cheek that can separate to different sized people. In 2010, the bike had taken some spills and the body and luggage got pretty banged up. Also, the paint on the tank bubbled up and had to be repainted. In August of '25, I went to Milan, Italy, where friends and I rented motorbikes and we traveled 1,000 kilometers through Stelvio Pass. I did use a bike cushion on the flights and on the Guzzi. The cushion helped me sleep during the 8-9 hour flight, and it fit perfectly on the Moto Guzzi. My future plans for this old bike is to replace the back shock and front fork springs and have it ready for the next riding season. After that, I may tear down the motor's top end, hone the cylinders, polish the head, and replace the pistons and rings. It's not needed immediately, but the motor does burn a little oil, and I've noticed the center spark plug is burning more black than the others. Presently, I'm getting around 40 miles to the gallon on the highway, and I use it about 7 months out of the year. Thank you for watching, and I hope you visit my website, bikecushion.com.